Morning YouTube. Video of me going over my ceramic coating process, how I apply it, what I do, all step-by-step process, and then how I market it as well. So I'm gonna be going over that. It's 8:30 right now. Normally I'd be heading to the gym, but instead I'm heading to Detailing World because I need to get something for my job that's at 10 o'clock. So we're gonna head down to Charlotte, get what I need, maybe grab some brekkie, and then we're gonna head back up and then start the video on the process and the marketing and the tips and tricks at the actual job. It's a 2020 BMW 540i, and so we're gonna get it looking great. Stay tuned. So we just got to the job. It's right back here, 2020 BMW 540i. We're going to do a quick inspection of it, make sure it looks good, check for any defects, anything like that, take some photos, make sure we have prior documentation before working on the vehicle. Then we're gonna start by washing the tires, rims, get that all looking nice, do a full strip wash, and make sure any prior sealants or wax or anything's off the vehicle. We're gonna do clay bar, iron decon, and then we're going to get ready for the coating application. So let's get into it. All right, it is voiceover time, guys. We're gonna make it really casual and simple. I just wanna walk you guys through how this process works, how I do this process to make it super, super simple. Because a lot of guys out there super overcomplicate ceramic coating, and I just don't think it's necessary. I think that you should be able to learn how to do it simply. If you want to use a super advanced product, if you want to use a coating that's super difficult to apply, then yeah, of course you need more experience, you need more knowledge to do it. But if you want to apply a good, well-known coating that you can apply without having to worry about paint correction or without having to worry about all these other things, and really just get a good ceramic coating for your clients, I think it's totally worth it. So first step, always work from the ground up. You want to start with the rims and the tires. If you ever sell a ceramic coating job and you do a coating without deep cleaning the wheels and tires to make sure they look absolutely perfect, it's not even worth doing the coating. So I don't know if you would ever even think about doing such a horrendous thing, but do not sell a ceramic coating without doing a very deep clean on the wheels and tires and the barrels and the wheel barrels, because that's just a waste of time. The point of a coating is to really get the car looking absolutely beautiful. So if you don't do the rims and tires first, you're kind of just wasting your time. After you do the rims and tires, the first step is going to be going ahead and rinsing the car down. I want to rinse, this car wasn't super dirty. You might use a pre-wash for another car that's extremely dirty, but this car was pretty clean. It's a nice BMW. It was well kept, so I didn't really worry about a pre-wash. I just rinsed it down. Another point there I would say is, guys, if you don't have to do extra steps, don't force yourself to take extra steps just because people say you should. You don't need to do a pre-wash on a car that's very, very clean. You really don't, not in all cases. So I'm gonna foam it down, and then I'm gonna take my wash towel and just glide over the paint, wash the whole entire car. You can see the way I'm kind of methodically doing these windows. I do that for a reason. I go ahead and make sure I get every little edge because I don't want to miss spots on the windows or door panels or all the rest. After I go down and do the whole car, I wash the bottom of it, get the nastiness, the dirtiest part of the car done, and then I go ahead and rinse it down. You're gonna rinse it down. You don't have to be absolutely perfect when you're rinsing because you're just gonna do a few different more processes again. I'm gonna go ahead and say it first. I didn't clay bar the vehicle. Well, I did clay bar the vehicle. I didn't video my clay barring, so that kind of sucks. I don't know why. I think I deleted it. I'm not sure, but there's no video of me clay barring, but I did a minor clay bar. This is right after the clay bar. After the clay bar rinse, I took some iron remover and just iron deposit remover, let it dwell for about 1 to 2 minutes. I used Iron X from CarPro and then rinsed it off. Right after I rinsed it, I went ahead and dried the whole car down, obviously starting with the windows. If you don't know, the reason you start with the windows is because the drying towel actually dries better when it's a little bit damp. Also, I wanted to note that if the drying towel is completely dry, you're gonna be abrasive on the paint starting out. Now, it's not a huge deal. It's not gonna like create insane scratches, but you wanna make sure it's at least a little bit damp before you put it on the paintwork, just to be safe. After that, take your air compressor, if you have one, and blow out all the cracks. Make sure there's no water left anywhere in any of the cracks, because if you're gonna start that ceramic coating process, once you go to apply it, if there's water dripping down, you're just gonna have to take a drying towel and do it, and then it's gonna fall again. And if you don't do it properly, then you're gonna have water running down your freshly ceramic coated vehicle. It's not gonna cure properly. So make sure all the water is gone out of every crack before you even start anything. Also, while you're at it, I just went ahead and dried out, touchless dried my tires and rims. I want to just make sure that no water spots. I don't have DI water, so you know. Next step is using Gyeon Prep on the panels. This is right before application. You just spray it down, wipe it, buff it off with a towel. Like I said, super simple. Make sure the panel is properly prepped to apply the coating, and then go ahead and apply the coating. I'm using System X Crystal Plus. This is like a 2 to 3 year rated coating. And then take your application pad and go evenly in a crosshatch. If you don't know what a crosshatch is, you're going side to side, side to side to side. You can see I'm doing there to coat it evenly, and then you want to overlap about 50% every time. And then right after you go side to side the whole panel, you go up and down the whole panel. What that's going to do is evenly distribute the coating and make sure that everything's been evenly applied. I'm going to do the same thing. I applied a little bit more product to the applicator and then did the bottom half. You wait about 1 to 2 minutes or until you see it flashing depending on the temperature, and you buff it off. Take one side of a microfiber, buff it off. I'm using a 470 GSM towel that's super fluffy and meant for this. After you buff it off the first time, you flip the towel over and you do it on the other side. The reason you're doing this, you want to level that coating out and make sure that the coating is fully leveled and evenly distributed. Otherwise, you're going to have high spots, which are going to be not proper, and they're going to look garbage. They're going to look like rainbow little high spots, and it's not going to be a perfect finish like you're looking to get. So same process to the bottom. And then something I do that's a little bit different is after I buff it off twice, I take another perfectly dry towel, brand new towel, and I just go over it again just to ensure there's no high spots. I don't want to have to worry about it. I want to make sure everything's evenly distributed and leveled so that I can move on to the next panel without worrying. I went ahead and did another video here of me doing the same thing. You can see even on weirdly angled panels such as this, rather than like a door panel or a hood, you have to work your way around it, but you want to make sure you still have that methodical process of going side to side, side to side, and up and down, up and down. Do that on all panels and you've ceramic coated your car. Go ahead and add some tire shine, and that's about it, guys. It's really that simple. If you have any other questions, feel free to check them in the comments. This was meant to be simple. If you still feel like you have no idea what you're doing, feel free to reach out, but have a good one. Bye-bye.